Today is a very exciting day because at around 2 a.m. my time, a new trailer dropped for a brand new expansion pack called The Sims 4 for Rent. It's a little bit of an awkward title, but basically it will allow you to be the landlord or a tenant within custom-built multi-family dwellings. So this includes the ability to play property management within your own builds of apartments, basement suites, townhomes, duplexes, multi-units, and more. Tomarang is the name of the new world that we will get with this pack, and it's meant to be lush and tropical, inspired by Southeast Asia. So there's going to be new locations to swim in, there's historical bridges, Southeast Asian inspired statues and decorations and buildings. There's also going to be a spirit house, which I guess could be this building, and you can leave incense and fruit offerings here. So if we just go back a little bit in the trailer, this sim is offering fruit and incense. And this sim right here, I think this paw print card is in relation to a new animal sanctuary lot that's coming with this pack. I wouldn't get too excited about it though, because we don't see any of it in the trailer, which makes me think it could be a rabbit hole. So maybe from going into the animal sanctuary, you can collect these cards. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. There's also night markets, which your Sims can go to, with fish stalls, new food stalls, new recipes to discover, which we'll talk about in a little while when we get to gameplay. It also looks like there's a spice stall here too. I don't think we'll actually be able to go on the boats, but there are some decorative boats going by and kids activities. They also mentioned botanical gardens, so I suppose your Sims will be able to walk through those and maybe find some collectibles there. So that's what the world will have to offer. The Sims team also consulted with Jason Chu, an Asian American rapper, social justice advocate, and cultural expert, to consult on this expansion pack. In terms of gameplay, you can explore property management as an owner/landlord, and you can own multiple properties, generating income from multiple property investments. You can live amongst the tenants, or you can have a separate residence. There are going to be jobs that come with being an owner. So not only will you have to collect rent, but you might have to fix broken objects like this new object, which is a water heater, which kind of reminds me of city living when things would break and you'd have to call in a service sim. Your sim might have to be the one doing the fixing. Although hopefully we can get staff if we want to, like a repairman in, especially if we're going to be owning multiple properties. It looks like, similar to city living, there might be annoying and noisy neighbors or tenants who you kind of have to tell to quiet on down, and also the power can go out. So if you get the flickering lights, you might need to go fix the electrical fuse box, which also looks like a new item, or you might need to evict troublesome Sims. If you fail to fulfill your landlord duties, if you are an owner, you might face a tenant revolt, and that's a result of letting your ratings slip too low. So I'm really curious to see how that works from a UI perspective and how you can keep track of that. And you even have to do inspections. I also wonder if you're playing as a tenant, if someone's gonna come and inspect your house, or if it's just something you do as the landlord. You may even have to deal with insect infestations, flies, and this was a little surprising to me, but you can get mold in the apartments, and if you don't take care of that, I'm kind of worried that it turns into a fungus. And this shocked me, because wait until you see this. The Sims can get like a fungus infection, and then it's even a new death type, and they can die, and then little mushrooms grow on them. And I love the fact that this Sim just runs away and leaves the body there. This is definitely giving me the Last of Us vibes. And also there's this new fungi ghost, which is really cool. They've got like little mushrooms in their chest. And yeah, they just spawned the living Sim. Look at all the spores. I wonder if that makes them sick. I wonder if you could play the ghost and then just like spore a Sim, spore your enemies. I also saw on the Sims 4 blog that there's this cute little gnome that has like the funky mushrooms coming out of it. If you don't know, the Sims always put a new gnome to go with every new pack, and I think this was the perfect choice. As a tenant, you can learn your neighbor's secrets by eavesdropping and snooping. It looks like you can spy on your neighbors, and this is kind of crazy, but you can go as far as breaking into someone's house and burglaring. I'm not really sure what this means, but the Sim has 3 icons. This one's like, there's a fire, Grim Reaper, and then trash. So I don't know if this Sim's gonna like set fire to this house, kill the Sims and then take the goods, but it seems very sinister and evil as well. I also noticed at this part of the trailer, it kind of looks like this Sim is blackmailing another Sim, telling them a secret and then telling them to pay up or give them the details, which also seemed very sinister as well. So I'm very curious to see what this is all about. There are 2 new event types. One is potluck with all the new beautiful food recipes, and the other one is pool parties. Also, just looking at this image, I'm wondering how we're gonna zone our builds in order to tell the game what is one household's area versus another household's area. And on top of that, if we can zone a community area like this pool on top of the roof. Or is it going to be something as simple as one door will just symbolize if it's a different household than your own? We will go more into build and buy objects in just a sec, but I do want to point out the aircon units on the side of the building. I really hope we get to use these for heating and cooling. One of the new dishes they mentioned that you can make is pad thai, and I love pad thai. I don't know these other dishes, but you might know them. Pan sit bihon, Burmese samosa soup, and ban kuon. And then they said after these meals, Sims can enjoy a halo and a Thai iced milk drink. Yum. Excuse my pronunciation of those things, by the way. These look like the new Thai iced milk teas, and this really makes me feel like getting boba tea. I might actually order some. And I imagine, similar to city living, you can discover the recipes through going to the night market and trying these dishes at different stalls. I also spotted just in the back corner here that this Sim releases the paper lantern. But like I said before, I'm really curious about this spice shop and what we can use the spices for. And also because there's jewelry up here, if we can actually buy any jewelry. Because I have noticed there's a lot of accessories in this pack, which we'll go through Create a Sim in just a little bit too. You might have also noticed in this shot, the Sim is actually doing sign language. So I would really hope that this is being added to the base game. One of the main things that Simmers are always asking for are more children's activities. So it's good to see we've got some hopscotch here and marbles. I was getting some of my update information from simscommunity.com, and they said that the marbles game works by trying to hit each other's marbles out of the circle, kind of like a simplified game of pool. And I actually never heard of that, so I thought that was cool. Oh my gosh, I just realized these birds of paradise in the back corner. I love birds of paradise. There's a lot of those here in Australia. This Sim looks like they're doing a new dance. So it looks like maybe inspired by Southeast Asian culture, perhaps. I also noticed just down here, this looks like it's a for sale sign. I'm curious to know whether this is just an object you can use and put on your lot from build and buy mode, or if you actually need to put this out the front of your building if you want to advertise for new tenants moving in. And I wonder if you can actually pick the tenants that move in, kind of like how the roommate system works, where a few come in and then you select which ones get to move in. I'm very excited to see that there is a rice cooker object. I love my rice cooker. If you've never cooked rice in a rice cooker, you should try it because it tastes so good. And the other thing I was really excited to see was the tea set. We already have a few tea sets that came with wedding stories. They're a little bit more traditional looking. This one's smaller and a bit more modern, so I think this will be a really handy item. And it looks more realistic to me than the one we have in base game. I also wonder if we'll have new teas to make. I hope we do. I also saw on the blog that there are going to be 4 new aspirations. One is the Seeker of Secrets. That'll probably be to do with spying on neighbors and figuring out what they're getting up to and then spreading the gossip. The next one is a 5-star property owner. So that'll obviously be an aspiration all about property management. Maybe you have to work up to owning multiple properties and also get a really high rating from your tenants. The third is the local fount of Tomarani knowledge. That will probably be going around the town, learning more about the locals and the culture. We've seen that in packs like Jungle Adventure, or it might even go into discovering some lore as well. Last of all, Discerning Dweller, aka the best neighbor and tenant ever. That could be helping Sims around you, getting to know your neighbors, throwing community events, making sure you keep your house clean, who knows. They also let us know that there's 5 new traits. Nosy, so that'll go really well with the Seeker of Secrets. aspiration. Generous, which probably pairs with the discerning dweller aspiration, to be a generous neighbor. Cringe. There were a few Sims dabbing in the trailer. Actually, I think it was the same Sim dabbing. And the dabbing has to be the cringe Sim, surely. Child of the village, I think this will be a trait for kids. Getting them to play marbles and do hopscotch. And then they said they had an elder specific trait, which is wise. They also noted that's because wisdom comes with age. I am so happy if elders get a special trait because I feel like elders get forgotten and lots of simmers are asking for more things specific to elders gameplay. Last of all, they said there'll also be a new fear, and that is a tenant being afraid of being evicted due to misbehavior. That again might pair well with the discerning dweller, trying to be the best tenant ever. The most exciting thing about build and buy is that there's a completely new lot type where you can build a multi-unit dwelling, aka you can have multiple families living in multiple homes on the one lot. This is gonna be very interesting to see how it works. They released this image on the Sims 4 blog, and I thought it was really interesting because I don't know if this is actually a gameplay image showing how you can zone your buildings, like the blue is one household, the pink is another household, or maybe the pink is your household, or if this is just an image they were sharing to kind of illustrate that these are separate dwellings on the one lot. So I'm really curious to see how that works. I also noticed in this image that there's a solar panel hot water system potentially down here. I also think this tuk-tuk is just decorative, but overall this image gives a really good indication of the vibe of the pack, the aesthetic, and the Southeast Asian influence. There's lots of wood carvings, cultural inspired patterns, rattan furniture, artwork and textiles. And for the exterior of the building, you can also see there's new tiles and like colored windows. I'm hoping new wallpaper and styles that we haven't really seen yet in the game. Oh my gosh, and we finally get to design and build the corridors between our apartments. That is something that I wanted to do so badly in city living. And finally, we'll be able to build our own apartments. Yes! I will also add that it's been confirmed that you can build the new lot type in any existing world in The Sims 4. So it's not just the lots that come with the expansion. I'm very excited to see these community mailboxes. Of course, our little fungi gnome. I think the rattan furniture will be really versatile because it's still got the Southeast Asian influence, but rattan is also quite trendy at the moment, like all over the world. The tiles are really cute. I think they'll also be quite versatile. Versatile, get it? We've got new fencing. I think these are new wallpapers. It looks kind of rustic over here. James was really excited about these plastic chairs. He's like, these are the chairs you see all the time that we need to have in the game. Again, very versatile. These are the items they have promoted as a pre-order reward. So you get this grill, the umbrella with the lights hanging off them. I believe these lights would be working lights, and this fruit basket if you pre-order. There's some very detailed windows and doors and spandrels. It looks like we also get a new roof type. And for those of you guys who don't have Eco Lifestyle, we're going to get this pack. It'll be handy to have these solar panels because we've seen them on the ground and also on the roof in this trailer. It doesn't look like we're getting any new landscaping options. I'm also seeing a lot of indoor plants that I really like. This door is amazing with the lion head. And again, I'm loving these tiles. Looks like a new gate as well, and wall lamp. And here's another version of the mailbox. It might be the same one. And like we mentioned before, there's the new rice cooker object and the tea maker. It's also worth noting that there's some regular sized toys for kids to interact with. Well, actually, it's still pretty oversized, but it's not as big as the oversized ones from the base game. Beautiful couch as well. Another wall light. It looks like we're gonna get heaps of new build and buy stuff, which you would expect in an expansion pack. I'm also very happy to see a new kitchen. I'm not sure if it's the kitchen I was hoping for, but it obviously suits the aesthetic of the pack, so I can't really complain about that. I wonder what these are. Oh, they're the marbles. That's cute, a little marble jar. You might need to put that in your kids' inventory for them to play marbles with, or it could be an additional decorative object. And I love this cabinet, and the artwork is very pretty too. I'm looking forward to getting another 4-poster bed, and I also have to point out, I love that this sim broke into a house where there's pictures of a really wholesome looking couple, like when they were younger in this image and maybe when they've aged and are older in this image. It's like Like, how can this sim steal from them? Ooh, new vanity. They're also adding a squat toilet, which makes sense for this pack. I've read squat toilets in many ways are a lot more ergonomic than the toilets I'm used to. Ooh, new window too. And for players without island living, it'll be handy to get some pool floaties in this pack with some cute patterns on them as well. Because I don't think we got those in any other pack, did we? In terms of what I can see of Creator Sim, I feel like there's going to be a lot of really nice hairs and outfits, and also a lot of accessories and jewelry. Loving the round glasses. I've been wanting more round glasses in the game, so I'm excited for that. New hairs look beautiful, especially this low bun and the fringe looks really good. Bracelets, earrings, a new necklace, stripy top. These pants look really comfy as well. I think there looks to be a nice balance between more traditional outfits for Southeast Asia, but also versatile outfits that kind of any sim from any background could wear as well. These long pigtails in the background are quite cute, and this hat, nice tucked in top. I imagine this is an entire outfit. It's not in pieces, but I like that. It could be for any age. This again looks like a more traditional inspired outfit with a bit of a modern twist. Looks like we get a new earring over here. I wonder if it's a key, like a property owner key. And this hair is looking gorgeous, a long side part. I really appreciated this elder being in the trailer. It's a beautiful necklace. And this wrap top we see again in this shot. And I think that's such a beautiful top. Great for elders, adults, teens, whoever. This outfit looks so good. The low bun with the ribbon in it, the cropped pink and purple top with this striped skirt, and these wrap shoes look awesome. This dress could be a little bit more formal. I'm also loving this short hair. Originally, I didn't like fringes, especially the ones that came with Snowy Escape, and this is kind of looking similar to the Snowy Escape hairs. Oh, Snowy Escape fringes. But now I'm kind of warming up to it. I also really like the ombre coloring, and since I got short hair, I think I'm really into like Sims short shoulder length hair. Pretty cool hat. Looks like a base game tattoo. Cool necklace, rings. Looks like there's heaps of stuff. Some cute shorts, a little top in the background, new earrings. I also really like this hair. Again, a shoulder length hair. I don't know why this screenshot's all like glitched out here, but I wanted to show you guys this traditional looking cardigan, and the round glasses again, very nice. My favorite outfit that I've seen is this matching top and A-line skirt. Paired with the hair and the accessories, I just really like this look. So to me, I feel like Creator Sim looks pretty strong. So to finish up the video, I just thought I'd also bring up a few questions I have, or a few points that I have, points of interest perhaps that you may agree with or disagree with, so let me know in the comments down below. Number one, the title, The Sims 4 for Rent, is very awkward. The Sims 4 for Rent. It's just awkward to say. I feel like this would have been a hard pack to title, but The Sims 4 for Rent is a tricky one. And I was also wondering if people will actually think that they can rent The Sims 4. I don't know. The other thing I was wondering was, how will having multiple families on one lot affect the amount of households in the world? Like, are we gonna have a smaller world? Are we gonna have less lots? I'm really interested to see how that works. And then if we start putting or turning lots in the other worlds into multiple lots, or multiple families in one lot, does that mean that we are restricted from building any others in the world? And also I wonder how many Sims you can have within these lots, because usually you can have up to 20 Sims on one lot. So I wonder if you can only have 20 Sims living in one building, or if you can have more. I'm also wondering if the animal sanctuary is a rabbit hole, or if we're going to see a little bit more about that, and also what the paw card meant, if it's a collectible or if it's something else. Also, because we've been told that we'll be able to own multiple lots, is this across all residential worlds? Are we restricted to one world? Will the value of the homes change for resale if we say do them up or hold on to them for a certain amount of time? I mean, I assume it'll only change value if you add to it and build more stuff into it. Can we select how much rent Sims have to pay? Can we select our tenants? Is there a process for that? or do they just move in? Do we use the for sale signs? And last of all, will there be like a property management app on the Sims phone? How will we manage the properties, especially if you start accumulating multiple properties? Like, I wonder how many we can have. Could you literally buy every single lot in The Sims 4? And I think hiring staff would probably be helpful as well if you own a lot of homes. I reckon we're gonna have to watch out for those land grabs, because they're gonna be land grabbing if you ask me. Anyway, you guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this expansion pack. I'm really intrigued and excited to find out more, so definitely subscribe if you want the latest news. I also wanted to say thank you so much to my members. Your support means everything, and I hope you guys are enjoying the bonus videos. If you'd like to become a member, you can join by clicking the link in the description down below. As always, I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon. Dak dak!